See what we got. Listen. All right, here we go. We are live on YouTube right now. Um, I think. There we go. Now we're good to go. Um, Let me get set up for Facebook. We got some exciting stuff. I'm telling you, I'm more excited about this than. All right. Let me see. Live 08 2025. Topics. Topics are Tank Davis versus Jake Paul with a special guest later at. Man, I've got something really good for you guys. You know, I know a lot of idiots. I know a lot of knuckleheads, right? But I do know some cool people, some people that know some shit once in a while. And I got a good one for you tonight. Sharif Rockman, man, what a guy. I mean, he's the man. You know, a professional boxer, man, 9-0. I had the privilege of working with Sharif. This is sort of like, and I'll get into sort of our relationship. Let me get live. Walter and Jason later as well, plus other topics. Let me see here. Let me see the go live. All right, we should be live on most everything. All right, let's go live on Facebook. Hold on, let's go with my Atom Bomb podcast.
Welcome to the
intro.
Atom Bomb podcast. Let's ignite. Dropping truth bombs, exploding mics every night. Atoms in the spot, bringing heat to the game. Sparking deep thoughts, yo, the vibe ain't the same. From the streets to the airwaves, we setting it off. Raw talk, no filter, yeah, we breaking the laws. Tune in, lock in, let the fuses ignite. Atom Bomb podcast, we blasting through the night. Yo, welcome to the Atom Bomb podcast. Let's ignite, dropping truth bombs, exploding mics every night. Atoms in the spot, bringing heat to the game. Sparking deep thoughts, yo, the vibe ain't the same. From the streets to the airwaves, we setting it off. Raw talk,
what
no
up,
filter,
everybody?
yeah, we breaking the laws. Tune in, lock in, let the fuses ignite. Atom Bomb podcast, we blasting through the night. Yo. Welcome to the Atom Bomb podcast. Let's ignite. Dropping truth bombs, exploding mics every night.
All right. Yo. What is going on, world? Today, August 20th, 2025. Lots going on in the world. Super excited about today. Lots to talk about. So we are live here on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube. I'm going to be posting, sending out the link on that. So yeah, hope everyone has a beautiful day. Hope everyone's having a beautiful life. Hope everyone had, so today was a big shocker to me, and we're going to get more into that here in a bit. As you guys can see the background, I don't want to give too much away right now, and I don't want to get too much into it. But I do have a special guest coming up in a little bit outside of our, actually two special guests. I got a couple knuckleheads. You get lost on the way to the gas station. Walter just sent me a message. He's going to be joining us too. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he got lost or he's trying to point out that maybe I get lost. Um, but yeah, so lots going on in the world just today specifically. You know, even when it comes to uh, uh, politics with President Putin, Zelensky, all that. But more importantly, you know, I started my new job, but I'm getting up to go to, and I see this. This is happening. It's unfucking real. Blows my mind that someone can be accused of having fake fights or, you know, things are set up, and then this fight happens. And I'm not sure too much of what is detailed. I'm going to get into it. I'm here. All right, I'm going to call Walter now. I'm here. I'm here. What was the gas station thing then? I'm lost on that. I don't exactly know what that meant. All right, let me bring up Messenger. I will bring Walter in. And as you guys have seen, you know, some of you might know him, some of you might not. But get familiar, motherfuckers. I'm telling you, my boy who's going to be joining us here in, I don't know, probably about 15 minutes. What time is it? We just got to figure out how to tap him in. It's going to be a big deal. For me, it's the most exciting. I haven't talked to him in a while, but Sharif C3 Rockman's going to be joining us. What's fun? It's so weird for me to call him C3. He worked with me. I don't even want to say for me because I don't put myself in that category. When he worked with me, I didn't know he was a boxer. I didn't know his dad was famous. None of this. And we built this bond, like this vibe, and it was fucking awesome. But once I found out, I always called him the ladies' man. That's what I called, like, Sharif. And you'll hear it once he gets on. I'm gonna hype him up. That's my dude, man. He's the best, man. He's such a good dude. So humble. Amazing boxer. Actually got a really good story about one of his fights that I went to here in Vegas, and the shenanigans I was up to and what happened. And I know he don't know about it because he was boxing at the time, but I was definitely up to no fucking good all day. I went to a pool party. I mean, literally at like noon. It was a whole thing. All right, let me see. Let me get Walter in here. Call again. Let me get Walter in here. And then I got Jason. He's my, like, Jason's sort of my go-to UFC guy. He's my, what up, Walt?
What's up, brother?
What up with you? Hold on, I gotta add you in somehow.
that Davis shit is so fucking stupid.
Well, here's the thing. I know you don't know Sharif. Man, that's my dude. Listen, he's one of my favorite people in the world. The kid's so bright. He's so sharp. He's so smart. And 9-0 too. I reached out to him. He is going to join us. And what's funny is, like, you know, I never know what people's lines are. And I know, like, a part of boxing and, like, your bravado is to talk shit. But I sent him, like, a picture of the screen, which I don't know if you can see it. Have you seen it on
your green background?
Hold on, let me change that for you. But I was like, let me get a window. What is the? It should be this, but it doesn't show the OBS. All right, let me see what this does.
Oh.
Sort of, so you can sort of see what I see, but you see the height difference between Jake?
Yeah. Well, Davis is what, 5'6"?
I mean, when I looked it up, the internet said 5'5", and it said Jake Paul 6'4". I don't know the difference. But I even texted him and was like, because, you know, listen, this man's on his way up. He's about to take over the world, and, like, so before I do stuff, I always want to clear it with people. And so I sent him this, and I was like, is this okay? Is this and he's like, look, I don't care, man. So I don't know about Davis, but I know there's pictures. He used to do the, I think it was junior. We'll find out when he gets here, but I know he did like the Junior Olympics or something like that with Devin Haney and You know, like all these boxers who are. But this is ridiculous, and I don't want to get in too much into it before he gets there. I told him I'd call him at like 8:15. But listen, he's got the best energy. The guy's, and what's funny is he was on my overnight team, Walt.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, dude, he's a good-looking kid. He's super sharp. He's super smart. Like he did well too. He did really good, and he would sit there and like he had one of those fucking things on your head, and it's got a ball in the end, and you would punch it, and he'd just be sitting over there doing it all night, you know, and I have no idea that he's a boxer. And I mean, clearly I know he has interest, but I didn't know he was at the level that he was at. You know, there's people that play Sudoku puzzles, or there's people that do all kinds of things at their desk. And this cat was just over there punching this ball all the time. And the good news is, you know, there was no clout chasing. There was no, you know, me hyping him up because he had a status in life. It was just, he was a good dude, man. I loved working around him, man. We had a good vibe. And it become later that he was like, wait, you don't know who my dad is? And like, no, I have no fucking idea. And then come to find out, you know, that's when I found out he was a boxer and his dad was the world champion at one time, which the beautiful part was we were able to build this relationship, and my care and concern from him came not from that at all. But I've been super supportive over the years. I fucking love this guy. So,
yeah, you've talked about him multiple times. So,
oh, dude, he's the truth.
I can't wait
man.
to actually meet him.
Oh, he's the truth. You know, and like I said, I want to get into. You ran the overnights. You know how the overnights is. And
Yeah.
tons of knuckleheads. You know, some people just don't fit the mold, and he didn't. And like I said, I don't want to get into too much, but there was a situation because I mean, clearly, all these girls on overnights like fucking like Sharif, right? Like he could have had 72 cents in his pocket, and these girls were fawning over him.
72 cents.
Yeah, it didn't matter, you know. So, and hold on, let me see. It's Evan calling. Hold on, I'm gonna put you on mute a sec, and let me see if Evan wants in. If he does, great. If not, we'll leave him out. All right, that idiot's suckering somebody out of a free dinner. I don't know who, but
What's new?
yeah, what's new? So, you know, so I'll wake up to this news today, you know, similar to like Vespia. He was my go-to Hulk Hogan. You know, Hulk Hogan
Right.
dying. I'm like, there ain't another dude in the world. Which apparently he's been. There must be some wrestling thing in town where he traveled. I've seen a bunch of pictures where he's in the Hulk Hogan hat. He's in the whole garb. We need to get him back on. You said you would.
I would love to go toe to toe with WWE. It would be fun.
Well, then the background. What are you that big of a fan?
Oh, I'm a huge WWE fan.
Like even current?
Current. Oh yeah, very current. That's why I would love to to see what he said.
I know
and
you
then
said
can
that.
just
I'd be
debate
dying.
his ass constantly.
I'd be
That'd be
dying to
fun.
see that happen. And I even look up, you know, some old videos of Sharif and their shit with him talking about Rolly Romero. And listen, the kid knows how to fucking box. There is no fucking doubt about that. Like, he's the truth, man. And I seen him box in person, and I got a super funny story about the time when I ran in. There was a boxing event. Fuck it, I'm not even going to get into it. I'll wait till he gets here because this side of my story he doesn't see. But what's new with you, Walt? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Just work.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. And then I'm very interested in this Haro case. Have you heard about this?
Haro? What is Haro?
Yeah, so Emmanuel Haro, a 7-month-old baby,
Oh God.
right?
You're about to
Rose-
fucking lower the energy of everything, aren't you? With something fucking depressing.
No. So hold on 1 second.
All right.
So yeah. So mom says that she was at Big
I'm
Five.
drinking Genro. Well, it's funny because I got the green screen and everything's green, so it glows through. But
Gotcha.
Ooh, go ahead.
Yeah, so she's at Best Buy or Big
Yeah.
Five, and apparently she's about to change her kid's diaper, and then she hears "Hola," and
I don't even
gets
have you
knocked
added
out.
to the fucking, like, I'm looking at you, but I don't have you added to the stream. Hold on, let me add you. You can still talk.
Oh, okay.
I'll find it. There you
Let me
are.
know when you're ready.
There you are. All right, go ahead.
All right.
Nope, I'm moving me
So
around,
she hears the word "Hola," and
which means
all of a sudden she gets knocked out, and they don't steal her
hold on,
purse.
hold
They
on,
don't steal
hold on.
anything.
Wait a minute.
All right.
I'm adding you to it, so I'm sort of not paying attention, but you're moving so quick.
I got you.
Okay, so I know there's a baby.
Right.
A mother is where?
Okay. She's at Big Five.
Yeah, Five
All right,
Below,
she's
or
about to-
is it Big Five or Five Below? Isn't it Five Below?
No, Big Five, the sporting good place.
Yeah.
So she was at Big Five, and then she hears the word "Hola,"
Yeah.
and then she turns around and apparently gets knocked out. But they don't take her purse. They don't take anything. They just take the baby. Supposedly, right?
Allegedly.
They take the baby. Now
Who
we're
takes the
finding
baby?
out that the dad has child abuse against him, and the kid had like in my opinion, because the kid had like a Down syndrome disease, I honestly think that they did something with the baby, and they're blaming some fucking random
Hold on.
person that doesn't exist
Hold on. That's a lot of info. So where was this at? Like,
in California.
so
It's all over the news. I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
well, I mean, my algorithm, like what I know and what I mean, luckily I'm not in this algorithm of fucked up shit that happens to children, so my day is not filled with sad children's stories. It's
Well,
more
I mean, if you just scroll on every news channel has it on their on
And-
the Facebook. So if you just scroll through Facebook, you'll run into it. I guarantee it.
all right. So
But
a child, she was at Big Five sporting goods store, right?
yep.
And she gets knocked out,
Yeah, apparently she got
and her
knocked
child
out,
gets
and then
stolen.
right. They took the baby instead of everything else. They just took the baby. Apparently,
What do you mean instead of
according to
everything
her.
else? What is everything else?
well, like a purse, stuff that people would knock you out and steal. Not your
And it's a
baby.
kid with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
What? So, and then the husband is
So the husband, so the new details on it today
yeah.
is the husband was caught with child abuse a couple years back.
Who you
And
talking
then
to,
on
Jack?
top of that,
Are you ready to
they
join
seized his
Jason?
vehicle.
No, it's 7.
Today.
Jason ain't ready to join. He's creeping. He's stalking us. So the
Yeah, I know,
husband.
Jason's Jason. That's
So the husband didn't steal the child.
No. The husband is like if you watch these news conferences, apparently according to them, they're like crocodile tears.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you. They know exactly where that baby's at. So
Yeah. And-
that's the shit that's been just I'm mind boggled.
well, there
I
was
don't
some
understand how people
some
are allowed to have
fucked up,
kids. It's just
YouTube
like this way.
documentary I watched last night, and it's kind of current. It was about some dad who had Pete. God, here we go, going fucking sad already. I don't know if you know about this one, but it was about a fucking dad who killed his 3 children, his 3 little girls.
Yes.
In Washington.
Terrible.
Yeah, he was former military. Apparently, had
Right.
bipolar disorder and all that, and it was his time with the kids, which he was living out of his truck and this and that, and he took his 3 kids out into the woods, which
Yep.
he's notorious. And the fucked up thing is, They found the little girls by the riverbank, creek bank, whatever it is, and his truck was left there along with his wallet and everything else. And there was like bloody handprints, and it was his own blood that was on the truck.
Yep.
But they've yet
Yep.
to find the guy.
They still haven't found him.
Like 2 days.
Till it's,
Yeah, like as of today. And this
yeah,
is
as
in
of today,
Washington.
they still haven't found him.
Which,
But imagine, I mean, if he's like, he's lived in the woods, he knows how to survive off that shit.
all right, let me see. Let me see if I
No.
can get a hold of Sharif now. Yeah, super fucked up, man. Had me I like why, like if it was a murder mystery from like the 80s or something, it's like you sort of lose that feeling about it, but when it comes down to something that was like a couple months ago, you're like, what the fuck? Let me see if I can get it. Oh,
Right. I think this is the longest someone had just hit out this whole time after being
yeah,
shot.
but apparently he's hung out in the woods multiple times.
So what his ex-wife said, I don't know
Yeah,
if you saw this, but she was told from him,
yeah.
well, if I can't have him 24/7, then nobody can have him 24/7. That was the last thing that he said to her.
Well, I know it was.
A couple of days later, because I guess they're on a
Yeah.
child custody thing, so she had to relinquish the kids. Worst mistake of her life, but what are you gonna do?
Like,
Fucking
and that's the thing. Like, the guy didn't have a current like address or anything, and the video showed he had been in 2 car wrecks like prior, and
Right.
like the cop was being way blasé with him. He had no insurance, no license, and the cop was being super fucking cool with the guy. And it's all on body cam. And the guy's like, "I'm not going to jail." He's like, "No." What the fuck was that?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Let me see.
It's just so sick, dude. It's so sick. I mean,
Okay.
3
It's-
little girls. I mean, God damn.
Yeah, listen. And as I'm watching this fucking like video when they're going over it, they're showing the home videos and these little, I'm like, get out of here. Like, but the guy was mentally unstable. And it goes to
Right.
show like how like, I don't know when the last time you ever been to court was. It's been a long time for me. Matter of fact, I had to get like my license done today for, sales.
Yeah.
And and one of the questions is like, have you ever been guilty of a misdemeanor? And I'm like, yes. And she's
Yeah.
she was like, on the back of the paper, you got to explain.
Right.
I'm like, well, fuck, I got a DUI like 15 years ago. I don't even know how. At first, I said 10 because I
Right.
like to think I'm younger than what I am and things didn't happen so long ago. And she's like, well, explain it on the back of the paper. I'm like, well, hold on. That's Sharif calling me. I got to figure it out.
Hold on, dude. I'm gonna take a piss real quick.
Are you? All right.
Yeah.
All right, try not to be loud, okay? Because I'm gonna talk on this interview.
Yo.
Yo, what's
Oh,
up, champ?
I thought you were telling me to try not to be loud. I was going to try to whisper, champ.
No, I was talking to my son.
No, it's all good. All right. So just so you know, everybody, we are in the presence of Sharif, the ladies' man, Rockman. You remember that? I used to yell that on the call center.
I forgot that name, man.
I know it's C3. Trust me. Don't let me.
I already know.
Hold on. I got to add you to the screen here. But I would always yell
Oh,
the
yeah.
ladies' man. Which luckily it was just in the call center. It wasn't in public. It wasn't out loud. I mean, I know you had your girlfriend and you had children, and so luckily I didn't
Whoa.
promote that.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
I think so.
Whoa.
I don't know.
I thought you was in sales. I ain't DJ. I ain't know you was working for the FBI. I didn't even know that.
No. Listen, this cat, Walter. I got Walter here. Hold on. I'm trying to add your.
You know I can't see you though, right?
You're about to. You just got to give me a sec. I gotta fix it. Hide, share screen. What people see on the screen is not what you're gonna see. You're gonna see me individually, I think. Let me see. How do I do this? Entire screen. Well, you're gonna see the entire. It's gonna look glitchy a little bit, but you're gonna see what everyone else is seeing. The
Oh,
champ
yeah.
in the flesh, man. You ain't gained a year in age, Sharif.
For me?
Yeah,
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. It's the coconut oil and
it must
shit
be.
like that.
God, I need to invest in coconut oil.
Yeah, that's what I put on my skin. It's coconut oil everywhere, head to toe.
Well, good to see you, man. Like I mean, honestly, like what a pleasure, man. And I was talking so good about you before. I actually got you on here. I was like, listen, that I didn't say you worked for me. I worked with you because I never like to take that ego or that bravado. Like I was above people. It's just not my style. And
Yeah.
I said, Sharif worked for me and with me for like such a long time. And I never knew his backstory or anything. He was just good at his job. He was just a hustler. Like he knew what to do. And beyond that, like where I come up with the ladies, man, like shit, it's like all of it. Like I'm in charge of a bunch of people, and all of a sudden the ladies can't do their damn job. Like they were just, hold on, give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to get your mug up here on the screen. And I was like, all of a sudden everybody's distracted.
Yeah, them was good times though, man. We
So
had
fun, man. That was probably,
I ain't gonna lie, you is the best. So I remember that. It's so funny that you said that though, because I always used to say like, I don't have a boss. I got a supervisor. I don't know what a boss is. You remember I used to say that in
yeah.
the call center too. I used to say like, I don't have no boss. And somebody gonna try to say they my supervisor. Like no, but I'm saying you was the best manager, supervisor, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had probably 10 jobs since then that I tried out, and I never had nobody that made me feel like as comfortable. And you taught a lot. You taught me a lot of like salesmanship too. So I appreciate that.
Well, you
And
like you naturally had it. That's the difference. Some people either got it or they don't. And and you made it easy for someone like me. And not only that, you were a vibe. Like you were just cool, man. Even before I knew who you were and what you did and all that, like you just made life easy for me. And it was,
I appreciate that. Same, likewise, bro. The feeling was always mutual. Man. If it would have been anybody else, I might not have been that good. It was just the fact that you never tried to like belittle nobody. You never tried to like if somebody you really give genuine advice and your own stuff. Like a lot of I remember a quote you used to say,
oh shit.
and I still remember it. And this was in 2019 when I worked at Hilton. So 6 years later, you used to be like this. Like I would have a problem, and if I couldn't get it solved with the person, you would get on the line and you would say, "Okay, so this is your issue, and this is what's holding you back. Okay, so if I can do X, Y, Z, surely I can earn your business, right?"
Damn, look at him. Still got bars. Motherfucker still got bars.
Man, I got that from you.
That's it,
you,
man.
you came on my call and said some shit like that, and I was like, that boy good. That
Yeah.
boy good.
Well,
I mean,
that's what it was a part of it. You got to be able to back your bullshit up. Like
yeah.
even you in your world. I mean, sometimes if people can't do, they teach or coach, and I like to be that guy that like if I'm gonna tell you to do it, I better be able to do it myself, or you're not going to respect it.
Right.
And that's how it all works. And so, man, and the thing is, I couldn't be any more proud of you, regardless of ups and downs. And I mean, outside of what you working with me, like it's a tough world you live in, man. It's not an easy one, and trying to maintain and stay relevant and get your fights and all that. I think a lot of people don't understand the amount of work it takes you to do all that. And
Yeah, like I'm still building up, taking steps towards it. I'm only 9-0. I had a lot of like
Hold on.
politics.
Stop. You're 9-0. You're not
Yeah,
5-4. You're not fucking 4-5. You're 9-0. Like,
yeah,
that's beautiful.
yeah, and I like it's a blessing, and I appreciate being this far because I'm at least maybe halfway there or close to halfway there, right? Or I could be halfway. I could be past halfway. There's a guy fighting for a world championship. His record's 14-1. He's fighting Jerron Boots Ennis for the world title. I don't even know the guy's name,
Crazy,
but
right?
he's 14-1 fighting for a world title. So I feel like, well, I know for certain if I just have um 6 fights in a year, which is only every other month, which I'm working on. I'm actually getting out of a contract right now. It's just that it's some paperwork and things that that needed to be filed and stuff to make it official. But it's, I would say, given another 30 days tops, and I'll be having some real big news to where I'm gonna be fighting back to back to back to back to back. And I'm gonna get my opportunity. What I do with that opportunity is gonna be, it's in God's hands, and what I'm gonna do, the work I'm gonna put in to be ready for the moment. But I've been doing this my whole life,
I know.
so I've been waiting for that moment since I was a kid. So
And
it's like, okay, it might have taken longer than I expected, but like, I'm not old. I'm still in my physical prime. I still got about 4 or 5 years left on my
you
physical
ain't
prime.
aged a bit. You look the same.
Yeah.
And, the
I
one
think
thing,
the beard almost killed me, and that's the only difference. It's getting a little bit more. It's almost there. But other than that, no, I haven't aged. I don't feel physically like I aged. Um, it's just the numbers. It's just the number keep growing.
and that's it, and the one thing that, I love about you and that, I touched on a little bit earlier was, before I even knew what you did, and I ultimately had that respect because you had amazing work ethic, right? Which
Mhm.
made all the sense in the world once I found out what you did for a living. And, like a lot of people in your industry, like, have that upbringing where they don't have to do the things you've had to do to get to where you're at. Like, you were
Right.
working in overnights with me.
Yeah,
You're
and
up
going
all
to the
night.
gym.
And what you were doing was fucking grinding. Like, you would sit there and you had that thing on your head and you would punch the ball. Like, so you were multitasking. Not only were you doing a good job at what you were doing, but you were also still training in a sense.
Yeah. I remember I used to drop down and do my push-ups sometimes.
Hmm.
We was in there. It was like 6 to 8 hour shifts, and I felt like I couldn't just stay still all that time.
Yeah,
Especially, sometimes we was overnight, so we would have some nights that's slow. We just
super slow.
sit around for an hour. I'm gonna do some push-ups, do some. I could always. And one thing is, like, I have a lot of energy naturally, so I have to do something to exert my energy. Or when I'm just too bored, I'll just, like, I'm not gonna do anything positive or like constructive. That's just good for me. I'll just get into something that I shouldn't be into. So too much. They say idle time is the devil's playground. So I try to like keep myself busy and occupied. So if I'm doing something boxing wise, I honestly can't help it. Sometimes I'm in a grocery store and I catch myself like doing a little shadow boxing just because in my head I'm always gonna stay ready.
You
You
gotta stay
never
ready.
know when somebody could come through my door right now and want to rumble, and I might have to get up and rumble
Well, what's funny
right
is,
now.
talking about staying ready, we had that situation with that fucking idiot, one
Oh,
overnight.
don't say, don't say, don't say, don't say it.
I won't say names. No, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
don't say his name.
No,
Okay,
of course
listen.
not. Like, I'm respectful, but
You know
like,
what's crazy?
what?
I ended up. So that happened, right?
Yeah.
Didn't speak for like maybe 5, 6, 7 years. I ended up at another call center doing the same thing
With him?
and same training class.
Yeah.
So I get like a message like, "Yo, what's up, bro? How you been? Everything cool, cool, like." And I'm like, "All right, cool." Like, I mean, it's a stupid. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm
of
not
course.
immature, and I'm
Of
not like,
course.
I don't, I don't hold a grudge
Well, it
unless you're
wasn't your
gonna hold
fault
a
at the
grudge.
time, it just,
Right. It was just a stupid situation. But my thing is, I'm not gonna hold a grudge against nobody unless you're gonna hold a grudge against me. If you want to hold a grudge against me, then okay, I'll accept it, and we can hold this grudge together. I will hold mine, you can hold yours. But if it's like I'm not petty. If you want to just like let it go, I'm not about to be like no, unless you did something atrocious to me. But nobody got hurt, nobody got killed,
No, it,
nothing
it was
happened to nobody.
completely
But
stupid.
it was really dumb.
It,
It
it
was really dumb.
it was. But the great thing is, you're like, and the one thing that I do love about you that, for me being in that position, like your levels above people, and that, especially in that situation, and you kept your cool. You could have very easily not, but I think out of your level of respect for the situation and me, and just knowing that, people are always going to try to test your gangster, especially once they know, what you do and who you are, and that's probably like a weight that can be held on your shoulders sometimes. You go out, you're somewhere, people are gonna, try to take that role. Well, the one thing I wanted to bring up, for one, eh, you seen the background, like, so what's your overall take? I could not believe it for the life of me when I seen that. I mean, they're gonna make a fortune, right? Like money wise, but it is the most ridiculous fight I have ever seen in my life. Like, like, how tall is Davis? Internet says 5'5". Some people tell me 5'8". Jake Paul 6'4". Like,
Sit- sit- Hold on, wait, guys, I'm doing this. Wait a second, okay?
now they're good. Hell,
Um, you said what was that question again?
no. What's your take on the news that got dropped today? Like, Jake Paul. I know
Tank
you
and
have
Tank.
like you can actually look up a video of you talking shit to Jake Paul.
Wait, me or my brother?
You.
What I say to Jake Paul?
I don't know. I could bring it up. It was regarding your brother, but you were doing an interview with
Yeah.
somebody.
When I did an interview in the gym.
Like-
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like,
Oh yeah. They were about to fight,
yeah,
and I was like,
Yeah.
"Jake, you in trouble?" Yeah, I remember that.
yeah. Which he would have been. Trust me. You're like 1,000%.
Yeah. See, what he was trying to do is make my brother come down to a weight to where he'd be a zombie.
Which was
Which that would be
ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's all. That's all that was. But what I think about this Jake and Tank,
Yeah, so
I actually
ridiculous.
I tweeted something earlier. So I know boxing like the
That's why I
back of my
wanted you
hand.
here.
So it's a sweet science to this. Now look, I'm gonna say this: the only way that Tank doesn't knock out Jake Paul is if Jake Paul pays Tank $100 million to not knock him out.
Like, really?
Then he might not knock him out.
That's
and
why
it's still a
I like having
might.
you here, because in my eyes, like, Jake Paul's not
Too big.
he's not awful, right? It's not like he doesn't box okay when he's in there. Now, granted, he fights shitheads, but he's not like horrible, right? He's not great, but he's not horrible.
Right.
But
I don't know.
that's why I need somebody at your level to explain it to me.
He's decent.
He's
right?
decent.
But it's like
Can he
you know,
avoid those
telling me
shots
how
from Tank
good I
though?
was at my job, right?
Yeah.
But I was nowhere near your level.
Oh shit.
You would get on my calls and take over and change it, right? And for the rest of the people.
The champ.
So it's almost like that. I could be good, but boxing is one of those things that you get to a certain level and then everybody's good. And then it becomes a like a game of inches, and it's something that you can only gain from experience. Jake Paul will never have the experience that Gervonta has because
That's true.
Gervonta came up through the USA Boxing Amateur National System, which all the real fighters, I came up through that system. Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone who was in America, if you're in America and you're fighting in the amateurs, you got to go to these USA tournaments, and if you're good enough, you'll go around the world fighting, right? So that experience is invaluable. Like the things that he learned before he even stepped in a professional ring are the reasons why Jake won't be able to do anything. Jake is green, is what we call green. He's still
Yeah, it
green.
means new.
He's decent. He's decent. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like he used to be trash. He's improved. He's better. He's decent. I would rate him like a C-level fighter. He's decent. and he has a little power, but power only counts when you land it. And
Yeah,
I'm willing
1000%.
to bet. I'm willing to bet that Tank has been hit much harder than Jake Paul will hit him. Will be able to hit him because you have to be able to land that power. Not only land it, you have to hit for it to hurt. I have to not see it coming.
So you know it. I don't.
If you this man's been taking punches his whole life. Jake Paul is not just gonna be able to just hit him and then he's just too big, too strong. Man, Javante gonna be in there. Boom, boom. Every time he even flinch, every time he even stick his damn arm out, Tank gonna bow, 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 bow. It's only gonna take one time for him to get hit, and he gonna realize, oh shit, I picked the wrong one. It's not. First of all, Javante is a southpaw. He's experienced and he's been in championship fights for a long time. So it's just that their experience levels are way too drastic. If Tank don't want to get hit, he doesn't get hit.
So let me just stop you real quick. So similar to when his brother fought Mayweather, like the size difference is, but he could not. He just got, like, Logan got toyed with the whole time. Like, it was just a payday.
Let me tell you the difference between that and this, though. First of all, Floyd was 40 plus years old.
Yes,
right?
1000%. I agree with
So
you.
he's not a prime. He's not in his prime. And even if Floyd was 25, Floyd was never a vicious puncher.
He just,
Right.
he knows how not to get hit.
Right. But
Yeah.
the difference in Javante, right, is that he has the same, I'm not gonna say the same boxing ability, but he has a good boxing IQ and ability, right? He knows how to move around the ring and box if he needs to do that. See, people don't even realize, though, because I came up in his USA boxing program, I got to see stuff with my own eyes.
Well, you've got your pictures too, like with you and Haney and all that. Like, I've seen all that.
We all won nationals and stuff together. Like,
That's what
I
I'm
used to
saying.
train. Like, I've been in there with these guys, so I'm
Yeah.
telling you from experience. I know, and so basically, what I'm saying is like, Jake, way too slow. Jake Paul won't hit me if I didn't want him to hit me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't land one clean shot on
And
me
I
if
believe
don't want
that.
to.
I
And I would
100%
be right
believe
there
that.
in front of him. Every time he throws the thing is, Jake ain't never fought nobody that can make him miss and then make him pay. That's dangerous.
And I'll agree.
Especially when you think everything's ABC, right? 1, 2, 3, and they're right-handed. You switch around that southpaw stance. He's gonna be in trouble, man.
I mean,
telling you,
the only person he fought that has any boxing credibility was Tommy Fury, and doesn't have that boxing credibility.
and he lost.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's a ladies' man himself, so that's what he's more known for, and he still beat Jake
Right.
Paul. Like, there's not even
Right.
a question. And the
And
only reason
Tommy
why
ain't really
Tommy had trouble with who's the other prime guy, KSI, is because KSI was so out of control, like, throughout the whole fight. Like, how do you even judge? Like, he's so abstract as to what he's doing. I mean, he wasn't a real boxer. He didn't have no technique. He didn't have no style. He just was so crazy in the ring that Tommy Fury, it's like, what the hell am I even dealing with?
I don't mean no disrespect to Tommy Fury, and I respect the Fury.
He's not his
name,
brother, I'll tell you that.
legacy. Yeah, but he's definitely not. He's definitely not even on his brother.
Yeah.
Not even close to his brother's level.
No,
But his brother
near.
is a legitimate world champion who dethroned one of the longest reigning world champions, and a lot of people don't even know. A lot of
Talking
people
about
give,
Wilder?
Fury. People give credit to Fury for that Wilder trilogy, but they don't even realize that the fight that put Tyson Fury on the map was the Vladimir Klitschko fight.
Yes.
You know who Vladimir Klitschko is?
Oh yeah, and the brothers, like, they're.
And Vitali. Yeah,
But that was
bro,
that was a time of
lost.
boxing that people who aren't boxing fans now, because of the YouTube era, because of the popularity, like, that was probably one of the since Tyson and your father and Holyfield and all that, that was probably the greatest era of boxing outside of Canelo. You know, when it comes to the heavyweight world's the hardest for people to keep up with, and that the Klitschko's were the greatest, and
Right.
people don't
Like,
realize that.
yeah, they was up there. Vitali ended up retiring kind of early after he fought Lennox, but um, because people don't even know them guys were super smart too. They're like
Yeah,
doctors and shit. Like they really are like they have PhDs and shit. Like they and they do law. Like they mayors and presidents and stuff of Ukraine now and stuff like that. But those guys, they didn't even have to box. They were very intelligent. They could have did, and I'm not saying that just
for the
because you're
love
boxing
of
not
it.
intelligent, because that's not true. But there are a lot of boxers who are not intelligent and not educated at all. But these guys were not only 7 foot monsters, but they were also college.
Yeah,
Like
smart.
they
It's
excelled.
similar to like UFC and MMA with all these guys from Dagestan. They are ultimately destroying everyone in the UFC, and they're not punchers. They're wrestlers, they're grapplers, and nobody can figure them the fuck out. And they're just destroying
Right.
everybody
Right.
because they're intelligent, they're smart. They master their craft.
Right. Now I think, but back to that Jake Paul and Tank thing, like I think that people think because Jake Paul is 200 pounds, that's gonna like that's where the danger lies. And don't get me wrong, like anything could happen. It's boxing, so it's still anybody has a shot. If you land the
Yeah.
right shot, anything can happen. But I just feel like I said, it's a game of inches, and it's something that it's a game of inches, and then it's something that um I just feel like okay, Tank can hit Jake, Jake can't hit Tank, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna come down to. The speed difference is gonna be way too drastic, and the power difference is not as drastic as people think it is, because Jake's shots are telegraphed. You you gotta be a little like you can't.
It's not natural for him.
Yeah,
Like,
like to get caught by that, it's something off.
well, he
I,
fucking.
you heard it here first, man. I said under 10.
Yeah.
Under 10.
Well, how
They
long
better do
does
a
it go? I don't
4 round
even know the
exhibition.
rules of the fight. I know it's put as an exhibition, probably because of the weight and the height and everything. But it's
Yeah,
not.
they have to do it because no way is
Yeah, they're not
UFC
gonna
gonna wait.
sanction that. But I'm gonna assume it's.
If
I,
it's 10 or more,
yeah,
down goes Jake. Promise you.
yeah,
It's nothing. It's because there's nothing that he could do to really, really make Javante uncomfortable. If he tries to swarm him, all he gonna do is slip under that counter here, slip over here, counter here, twist him around. Okay, step around, walk him over this way.
there's levels,
But
and he ain't there yet.
he's not. He's not. He's not. And I'm telling you, like Tank is known for knocking out heavyweights all the time. Real heavyweights that
What's
actually
your
fight.
weight class?
I fight junior middleweight.
And your brother's a
Super
heavyweight,
flyweight.
right?
Huh?
Your brother's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And did you guys ever spar and get in the ring?
Yep.
So you guys probably. So that's what I'm saying. You probably know the difference.
Yeah. And I'm saying, whenever I spar someone 200 pounds or more, it's like you're throwing in slow motion. So it's like it's hard. They're harder shots. Don't get me wrong. When the heavyweights, see when you box the heavyweights, if I box somebody my weight, I could probably just block. I could block if I feel like I need to, and the slipping rolling ain't working, and you happen to be catching me while I'm doing all my moving and shit. Okay, then if I just gotta just cover up, I can cover up and just take it on my hands and my arms and block it like that. Like if you throw a shot at my hair, I go up here and kind of be. You're not gonna get through that, right? But if you boxing a heavyweight, sometimes you might have a hand up, shit might knock you all the way over there anyway. Even though you blocked it, it still will knock you over here just because they just big as hell. So you just have to use more finesse and make them miss instead of just blocking it, which I think that he'll be able to do. And not only that, as soon as Jake gets a little bit confident, like he may allow him to gain a little confidence just so he can set the trap. Come on in. Come on, keep chasing me. Bow, hold this. Good night. Good night, America. Everybody turn off Netflix.
And
Show's over.
nobody's been able to hit him probably as hard and as fast as what Tank probably can either. You know, and make him feel it probably early. And let him know, like, listen, this ain't an MMA fighter. This isn't a, you know, damn near 60-year-old man. This isn't, you know, it changes things. And like I said, you know, your perspective to me is super important because people will take that outlook, like, because he's so much bigger. Listen, I've been watching street fight. I'm from West Virginia. I've watched motherfuckers fight on the street and outside of bars, DJing my whole life. And the little guy sometimes takes it. He's got the heart and the matter. And so one funny thing to lighten the mood about the situation, your fight at the Virgin, how I came across that, which for those of you watching or tuning in later, they had like what was the event called? There was like a name to it. It was like
Sons of Legends.
Sons of Legends, which Tommy Morrison, I don't know if you know, a lot of you may know, he was in Rocky. And from my perspective, I remember he was heavyweight at the time. He had HIV and then he didn't. And it became a whole stink. But Tommy Morrison was somewhat a celebrity boxer. You know, who was the guy you fought that night?
Some guy that was 7-1. His name was Ray Ascension.
You beat the fuck out of him, by the way. And
Yeah, he headbutted him and gave me this big ass scar, and that's the only reason he survived 6 rounds.
yeah.
I could barely see, but I still kicked his ass for 6 rounds. He was holding on for dear life. I wanted to knock him out so bad.
And Sharif's brother, Hasim Rockman, he fought Tommy Morrison's son. So that was the main event, I think. And I know you know, but most people don't. BJ Flores, at the time, he was Jake Paul's trainer. I used to DJ in Springfield, Missouri, which BJ Flores has some affiliation with there. I don't know if he lived there or is from there or something. But he would come into our nightclub in Springfield, Missouri before I came to Vegas. And so I was at the Virgin that day. I had a room booked for me and Flores, and we went to the pool party that day. So I'm at the pool party at like noon. And I am lit. I am drinking. We are partying. I think Ray Shrumman may have played that day. And so from noon on, like I'm just nonstop drinking. We get these 2 girls to show up to our hotel room, and they're like they sort of got into an argument over who wanted to hook up with who. And we eventually were like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, you girls got to leave. Sorry, I'll try to behave. I know you got your kids there.
You're good. I turned you down a little bit.
And so they were like arguing over the. So we're like, all right, they got to go. Like, it become too much of a thing. And so I decided to walk them down to their car. Well, as I'm walking them to their car, the doors for the boxing matches happened to be open. I was in my swim trunks. I was in like a t-shirt. Like I am so drunk. I have been up all day since like noon. And by the time you fought, I know it was nighttime. So maybe it was, let's say 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. Well, I just walk right into the boxing match. No one says a word to me. And I walk in the doors. I've got my beer in my hand. No one even stops me. And I'm just looking around. And it was right at the time your fight started. They were like, in this corner, Sharif C3. And I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Like, there's.
Wait, you didn't even know I was fighting?
0%. Zero. You may have told me, listen, dude, I had been drinking since noon. I've been at Ray Shrumman all day. I'm probably like a grand deep just in booze.
So you just had that room at the Virgin randomly that
Yes. Like 1,000%.
That's God, though. That didn't even know.
You have no idea. Like, and that's the thing. I felt like worlds just came together at this point, which is what's going to lead into what I'm talking about.
And I'm in the ring just locked in on this
Like,
fight
they
and shit. And
literally-
you just walked in the building. I ain't even know. That's crazy.
If it wouldn't take me 5 minutes to do it, I'd show you pictures. As soon as I walked in, Flo was still upstairs at some bar, and I texted him. I'm like, dude, like I'm at the pocket. Like, the boxing matches right now, and I took a picture from like way beyond the ring, and I had my drink in my hand, and I'm in my swim trunks, and I was like, all right, well, and I look at the ring, and they announce you, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me, you got to be kidding me.
No, that's wild.
So
That's
I said, sometimes you just act like you own the place, and I said, I'm going ringside.
yeah.
And I just start walking past people, and I end up ringside for your fight.
That's dope.
Well, as I'm standing ringside, two things happen. For one, there's some girl that I made out with on New Year's Eve, like 2 years before, on Fremont Street, who had, for the sake of children, things done to her. And clearly she was with some sugar daddy or something. I'm like, damn, I know her. And I'm just hanging out in my swim trunks and sandals. And now I'm ringside for your fight. No one's saying a word to me. And then I turn around and I see BJ Flores, which, come to find out, he was Jake Paul's I didn't even know any of this, but I met the guy a couple times because he would be in like our nightclub with bottle service in Missouri. He's got some affiliation with there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he lived there, he's from there, or had this stint, but every time he'd come into our club, everyone would like K as A and be like, oh, BJ Flores in the house, even though most people in the college town has no idea who he is, but they treated him like he was an A-list celebrity.
Right.
And he would always be right below the DJ booth and request songs, and I'd have this whole thing. So he was sitting ringside. I think he was like a couple rows back, but there was two really hot girls beside him. And for some reason in my drunken head, I thought because of my affiliation with Springfield, he would just invite me to hang out with these girls. So no one, I mean, the odds are in my favor. I'm ringside. No one said a word to me. You're about to fight. He's sitting back there. I walk back to him and I'm like, hey, BJ Flores, man, Adam, you remember me from Springfield? And he's just like, nah, bruh. Like, he ain't having it. I don't blame him because I'm walking up in swimming trunks. I'm probably half soaking wet, drunk as all get. And in my head, I thought he would be like, hey, yeah, come hang out with me and my girls. 0% happened. He just was like, cool, whatever. But then again, he was Jake Paul's trainer at the time, because outside of that, he's lucky I even knew who he was.
Right.
But he's probably on this high horse that he's
Right.
Jake Paul's trainer. So I think Jake Paul got rid of him shortly after, if I'm not mistaken. No offense if he,
Maybe.
whatever.
I don't know who trains that guy.
Not
But
him. I know that.
I know, man. Listen, if it ain't God training him himself,
Yeah, he's
he's
fucked.
not
Huh?
gonna beat Javante Davis. I know that much. Like this is funny that they put it together, but the fact that it's an exhibition is like
That's what changed
that's
it for
where
me.
this might just be a bank robbery. You never know. Like, but I'm telling you, if it's a 10 round event, I'm gonna say even if it's 8 rounds or more,
Yeah.
and Tank actually tries, like, don't get me wrong, as a fighter, you know how to carry somebody if you need to. I can hit you a little bit enough to make you respect me, but I don't have to try to really, really hurt you. You can do that.
Which
As
was
long as you stay tamed, you don't
Logan,
overstep.
Logan and Mayweather. Like, he carried, he let that sort of happen.
But the thing is,
He sold the
Logan,
fight.
at one point, you remember when he just wailed
Started
on him?
going crazy. Yeah.
And Floyd really couldn't really just do nothing but cover up at that time. Like,
But he wasn't hurting him.
yeah, I mean but Floyd is not youthful. Floyd don't still have his his
Yeah.
real quick fast twitch muscles like that, like how when he was young. It's not the same. So he was just okay. I'm gonna just play safe, but it looked good. You do that to Tank will hit you back hard. So Floyd can hit you back. It's not that hard. That's the difference. People behave differently. And like Mike Tyson said, everybody got plans until they get hit in the mouth. And when you get hit in the mouth, then it's like, okay, that wasn't nothing. I'm gonna now. You just pissed me off because you hit me and it didn't hurt. So now I'm gonna fuck you up because I don't have to respect your power. Floyd power wasn't really nothing to scare.
Well, he was never known for
Logan.
that anyway.
Yeah, but Javante has enough power
Yeah.
to scare Jake. That's the
He
difference,
fucking buckled Garcia.
man.
Like he buckled
Yeah,
him. Like it was like he quit.
I I think Jake should just fight the YouTubers or fight
Yeah.
the MMA fighters and stuff like that. But I
Dance
mean,
with
it's an
the
exhibition, so they
yeah.
could be sitting back chilling, talking about, man, we just gonna go out there and spar and just make
But
$100 million each.
even
Just
God
you never
forbid,
know.
like just it's always a risk for someone in that situation. God forbid Jake fucking puts you out. Like your whole legacy is different. Like everything changes, and but when it comes to money, like I know doesn't Davis live here? Because I've had 2 or 3 people send me pictures. They see him at like Walgreens or like out in public, and he's always got like a crew of people, like
Who?
bodyguards. Davis.
Uh,
Does he live here? He does, I think, right? Or at least
I'm
part of the
not
time.
sure. I'm not sure. He probably does have a house here, but I
Sure, he's
think
probably
I'm not
multiples.
sure if he live here or somewhere else.
Well,
I
I
don't know.
mean, at the end of the day, man, who's your dream fight? Like, what's your? I got every bit of faith in you, man. I've seen you in action. I've seen your work ethic. I know what you're capable of. And
Uh,
I know it's going to happen. So who do you want to fight? Who's your dream?
so it's really whoever has the titles at the time,
Hmm.
but around the time that I turned pro, it was like who's had the belts for the longest. It was Charlo. I always wanted to fight Jermell Charlo or Jamal Charlo. Either one of them, they're twin brothers who both were world champions at one point or another. The younger brother was an undisputed champion. So I always wanted to fight him for that undisputed title. But he went on to fight Canelo also. And then he lost. I don't think he's fought since then, or he might have fought once. But I would say Canelo is one of them too, even though that one's kind of far fetched because our weight difference and the timing of it.
Yeah.
I don't think Canelo's gonna be around that much longer. But
No,
Canelo is
there's
actually one
no
of my favorite
reason for him to
fighters.
be.
Yeah, so I always wanted to share the ring with Canelo, even if it was just sparring, just to test myself against who I feel like is one of the best of this era. And but it's like I don't know who. I'm not gonna say a dream fight because I don't know. Because to me, it's none of these guys that I look at like, oh, like he's just the one and he's gonna be the one for this long, and I need that fight. I don't care whoever the WBC champion, whoever the IBF
It's the
champion, or
belt.
WBO or WBA.
So
If it's one of those champions, then that's who I want to fight. It
your
doesn't really matter.
adversary is whoever holds the belt.
Exactly. The belts keep on changing though. So it's like when I lock in on one person, or I think, okay, I'm gonna start watching him. I think I'm gonna fight him. Then they lose to this guy, and now this guy got the belt. So it's like whoever is at that time has the belts. But one fight that I wanted to make before I even got to that level was I did want to fight like another son of a champion or grandson or something. Like it's a guy that I've been trying to fight for a couple years, but he don't want no smoke.
You're 9-0,
Uh,
man. Like you're a tough
Ali's
opponent.
grandson.
What's his
You
name?
you ever? His name's Nico Ali
What, what,
Walsh.
well, here's the difference. People will take a path and want to be the best and beat the best. And there's people who, try to take the route of money and you clearly see that. And like, dude, you're 9-0. Like I paid for your fights, even when they were on, whatever channel. Like, listen, you're the
Yeah,
truth, man. Like, I can't
appreciate
even
it,
begin to
bro.
explain, like, your talent is there. And I've seen your work go into it. You know,
Right,
people are sitting around doing Sudoku puzzles and you're
yeah,
working on your craft, man. And that's,
right,
speaks volumes on what you do. So,
right. I appreciate that, man. I'm for sure. It's been a long time coming, but I think it was worth the wait because all this time I've been getting better and better and better. So it makes sense why sometimes you think that your road is gonna be like you couldn't tell me when I was like 18, 19 that I wouldn't already been world champion and
yeah.
set by 25, like 23, you know. But it's politics. Like I haven't never got a chance to fight back to back, and I'm on my way to that. It's not official yet because I still have to wait on this final document. It'll take me another 2 3 weeks tops. But once that's out the way, I already have it lined up, the promoter, everything. Like I have back to back fights. I just gotta get this
Good.
thing cleared, and we on the
Patience,
way.
man. Patience
Once
is
I do that,
difficult.
it's like now it's like I'm gonna have the fight opportunity. It's just what am I gonna do with it? Am I gonna be prepared when that moment or when they call people? A lot of times people get hurt, cut, they don't make weight, and they need someone. Hey, world title shot this weekend. You ready?
Yeah.
And you just gotta be ready.
That's it. Stay ready. That's
Yeah,
I'm more UFC than what I am boxing because it's constant, but I still keep up with all of it. And the one thing is stay ready, man. And
yeah,
I am nothing but and if you sucked, I'd tell you I don't give a shit. Just like if you were
right,
late, I'd be like, listen, you got an attendance problem or you're bad
right,
at that. I have no problem with anything, but I do have a
right.
lot of faith and belief in what you do, and you are amazing, and I think you're
Thank you,
gonna
brother.
achieve the goals you want. And the beautiful part, the one thing that a lot of people don't have that you will have is your story, and that's what captivates your audience. That's what gets people involved. That's what keeps people interested is,
Right,
your story, man. And
right.
you definitely have that. And I couldn't be any
I
more proud of you.
I appreciate that, man. I know I'm in like a very unique position, and even my whole life, it's been a very unique position. Like, see, because the fact that my father was a champion, people kind of think, some people think I might have grew up with a silver spoon,
You
right?
didn't. I
But
know that.
that's far from the case. So, and even at the point where there was a silver spoon or two hanging around,
It happens.
it was rusty for me because I was the
Yeah.
trouble child. I was always in trouble. And I was never bad, but I would always stand up for myself. If I felt like I was right, no matter how old you were or what your authority level was, I felt like I had a point. I was gonna speak my point. No one was gonna stop me from doing that. That's why I was in trouble. I wasn't like a bad kid. I was just misunderstood. But that's why it's a goal of mine to be able to speak to a bunch of trouble youth. So if you ever know like, or some kids that need some motivation, that's something that's like
Well,
one of my main goals.
of course, man. And that's what I mean by your story. Your story is everything. And, what you've accomplished thus far in life speaks volumes. If you never decided to step in the ring again, what you've gotten to, like, and even earlier, like I said, our relationship wasn't built off of that. I had no
Right.
idea who
You
you
didn't even know.
were, nothing. And I treated you the way I would treat anyone, and you treated
Right.
me like you would treat anyone.
Right.
Now, once knowing that, you gained my support because you deserved it,
Right. That's dope.
out of me. Trust
Yeah.
me, I've met a lot of people on certain levels between the DJing or working what I did, and
Hmm.
I could care less about them. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You earn that out of people, and you 100% earned it out of me. And, I'm your
Appreciate
biggest
that.
supporter.
I appreciate that, bro. Likewise, man. DJ Adam Bomb,
I
man.
know.
Stop playing.
I know.
But no, I appreciate you, brother, and I like you. You always gonna be my guy for life. So anytime, and the feeling is mutual. You know, and like I said, I was only that way. I was only able to like you were only able to see that side, and that you earned that respect as well because
Of
it's the
course.
way that you presented. You could have came in like a dickhead, like, hey, everybody, y'all get this. You could have been trying to scold people or trying to. You could have abused your authority because but you never once did, and so I
People
always
matter.
respected that. So I
People
was like, you
matter.
know what? I'm a I'm a respect what he say because I know that if he's telling me something, it's really out of like genuine because that's what he feels is best for me right now. It's not like he's not trying to embarrass me or scold me or nothing. Like you'll pull people to the side and hey, look, I understand. So like that. That's why we never had no issues at all. And but yeah, I'm always one thing about me like when I was a kid my idols were like the people, my examples and stuff was like my dad, Floyd Mayweather, Zab Judah. Like these are like brash, like kind of arrogant individuals at the
Of
time. They were
course.
young black men with a lot of money fighting, superstars back in the 2000s and stuff. So it's like it kind of taught me to like that to be that way. And then when I became like maybe like 18, 19, I just really I feel like I got humbled. I feel like I had got like my power zapped away from me for a little bit. It was crazy. And so like I just started realizing like, you know what? Like I can't try to put off this arrogant persona. I'm a confident person, but I know I have to be humble because God can take it from me at any second. So
Yeah.
I'm never ever ever gonna feel like I'm just better than the
Which,
next person. We
with
all human beings. I don't care what your
thousand
talent
percent.
level is or this or that, your bank account, your authority. Like I respect the character and morals of a person, not the dollar. So to me, it's like I'm gonna treat the janitor like I treat the president. Like it's the same. It's the same. I'm not gonna kiss your ass because you're somebody, and I'm not gonna talk down on you because you're somebody. I'm not gonna treat you like trash. I, I, I'm, I associate with the homeless people a lot. Like I'm not even gonna say what I do, but I'm around them.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I treat them just
Like,
like anybody else. I
like,
mean, the only difference is, if people need help, you try to help. But like I will talk to them. Like I'm not a bougie person. I ain't never gonna be Hollywood because that's the people. The people. I'm gonna be the people's champion
and
first.
that's, even outside of the boxing aspect, that's the way I try to present myself, being the people's champ, and
Right.
I'm just like, at the end of the day, I'm just another human being. Now, do I have a title? Am I, is my title above people? Yeah, but I'm just like you. I'm just another person. And
Right.
I want people to understand that. I want them to feel that way. You don't have to walk by me and, yes, sir, me. And, I'm just another dude. I'm a knucklehead. I'm an idiot. I fuck up just like anyone else. I make mistakes. I just happen to be more knowledgeable in a subject than maybe you. And I want to use that knowledge to help you. Not
Right.
not that I'm above you and you have to, and that's where the best relationships in life are dealt. Whether it works out to my advantage or disadvantage. You've had your ups and downs. I've had my ups and downs, but the one thing I can say is I've always stayed true to myself, and I feel like you've done the same.
Right.
You
For
know, and
sure. It's always gonna be that way.
it's a beautiful thing, and that will live on and throughout your children, who are probably driving you nuts, and even
Yeah, they
now. And
about ready to get to bed, but they wanted a popsicle first. They got it though. They're all right.
listen, they're going to get their popsicle, but here's the thing. I think pops in general is providing a good example. Listen, and I couldn't be any more proud of you. And whether you end up a janitor or you become the world champion, which is my vision of what you're going to do, I'm always glad that I met the real person, and we
Mhm.
developed a relationship through that path and not anything else. And I'm always going to
Right.
be proud of you, man.
That's dope, and likewise, brother. I appreciate it, man. It's always love, and it's genuine. So anytime, man, I love
Yeah,
to come on here and chop it up with you
of
anytime.
course.
Just let me know. But I'm about to get them to bed because they
Of
bugging
course.
now.
Well,
They
they,
they
they they
starting to
got a
get a little antsy.
popsicle in them now. They got a little bit of sugar. They're gonna be wound up. All right. Well, let's keep in touch,
Yeah.
man. And if nothing else, let's go out soon. Let's just go celebrate who we are as people. There don't have to be a goal. There don't have to be, but man, and I can't wait to go see you fight again.
Yeah, man. Hopefully it'll be real soon. I'm gonna definitely keep you posted, brother. But thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Of
And
course.
I like what you're doing here too, man. Keep it up.
Of
Keep
course,
keep it
man. All right.
going.
Well, I love you, man. I always will. I'm your biggest supporter, and we'll get in touch soon. Okay.
Always love, brother. I appreciate you.
All right.
Talk
Thank
to you
you.
later. All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. Once again, Sharif Rockman, man. I'm telling you, I love this guy. He's got such a beautiful soul. Um, you know, when it comes to people that are at a certain level, rarely are you going to find he has his bravado when it comes, but who doesn't? You have to when it comes to boxing. But deep down inside, man, you meet beautiful people in life, and he happens to be one of them. So I couldn't be any more happy to be privileged to be a part of this guy's life on some level, and at the time we met, was a time when, the boxing was a little bit more down, and, someone who's willing to humble themselves and still be a normal person, knowing they have, that level to them. Either way, all right, I'm going to get off here. So that way, when I clip it or whatever else I'm going to do, it's easier for me. All right, love everybody.